Dear children, we had started the chapter from tasting to digesting and discussed about the different tastes we come across in the things we eat. Now, how do we feel these tastes? What are the things that make us feel the difference between these tastes? That will revise today. You all know that our tongue helps us in tasting. Tongue is used for tasting things. But the entire tongue cannot taste all the things. There are specific regions. There are fixed regions for each taste on our tongue. These are called taste buds. Taste buds are the little pink and white bumps we see on our tongue. You must have seen in your tongue, if you will take out your tongue and look in a mirror, you will see there are small white and pink structures. These are only called taste buds. In the picture, you can see there are 5 specific regions for the 5 tastes. The front one is for sweet, then along the sides, second comes for salty, followed by sour, and at the end the bitter one. The central part, which is pink in color, is for the savory taste. Savory means delicious. When you find something very delicious, this central pink part, this helps you find out that the particular thing is very delicious. Okay, so these are the 5 basic flavors that we can taste: sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and the savory ones. And these help us enjoy each and every taste in the food that we eat. So it is very helpful to us. At times, the regions on our tongue get swollen or burnt when we eat something very hot. So you cannot distinguish the taste in those times. But then it regenerates. When do we eat food? Because we have to do about digestion, we need to know, when do we eat food? Do we keep eating all the time? No. We eat food when we are hungry. Whenever we feel hungry, only then we eat food. Or if not hungry, there are specific times. We have 3 full meals in a day. So we eat food when we are hungry. Now the question arises, how do we know that we are hungry? Who tells us? Does somebody tell you that you are hungry? No. We only feel it. We can feel that we are hungry. We feel lack of energy. We don't feel like doing any work. So, because we get energy from food. So, when we feel lack of energy, we feel hungry. But how do we get energy from food? How does food give energy? Our body breaks down the food we eat. Whatever food we eat, it breaks down into smaller parts and gradually it mixes it with certain juices in our stomach and subsequent organs. And this breaking down produces energy. So, our body produces energy from food by breaking it down. And this process of breaking down of food in our body to release energy is called digestion. So we keep talking about digestion. Now you know what is digestion? The breaking down of food. In our body, the food breaks down and releases energy. It is this process which is called digestion. Now, what happens in the process of digestion? This was found out by Dr. Beaumont by a very interesting experiment with St. Martin. You can see in the picture shows Dr. William Beaumont. He was a US Army surgeon, and another man, Mr. Alexis St. Martin. It's written in the blue, living with an open wound. St. Martin had got shot in his stomach region, and gradually the wound healed. जब भी हमें चोट लगती है हमारी चोट ठीक हो जाती है. His wound also healed, and when the wound heals, upper cover of the skin regenerated and it was okay, but inside the hole remained. उनके स्किन का ऊपर का कवर ठीक हो गया, पर अंदर से होल वॉज देयर इन द स्टमक. ओके, so Dr. Beaumont used this for researching on what happens to food in the stomach. This is also explained by means of a small poem in your book, Martin's Window. Here's an old story. It seems to be funny. There was a window in Martin's tummy. So that hole is called a window in Martin's tummy. Tummy means stomach. From that hole, Dr. Beaumont took out portions of food at different times after they were eaten, and he could do a lot in his researches. And this is a true story. With the help of these experiments, he could let everybody in the world know what happens to food in the stomach. So we should be thankful to St. Martin and Dr. Beaumont for that. The process of digestion starts in our mouth. Mouth is the first part of our body that takes part in the digestion. When we eat the food, our teeth chew the food. Our teeth cut down the food into smaller parts, and the digestion starts here. These food mixes with saliva, and then the taste improves. Saliva has some enzymes which start the digestion process. So you must have seen, the more we chew the taste, the better the taste is. So our parents tell, chew the food properly. Sometimes when we don't chew properly, we face certain problems also. So this is the simple digestive system of man. You need to know just the 7 parts in it. The first is oral cavity, which is the mouth, followed by a small tube which is called esophagus, food pipe. From the food pipe, food goes to stomach. You can see this bean-shaped structure here, stomach. In the stomach, food is ground, goes to small intestine, this small pipe-like structure. From small intestine, it goes to large intestine, which absorbs water. And the food that remains undigested, which becomes a waste, is stored in the rectum and then removed out through the anus. Once again, here also we'll see mouth. From mouth, there is a small pipe, esophagus, food pipe. From food pipe, food goes to stomach. From stomach, it goes to small pipe-like structure, small intestine, which are thinner pipe. Small intestine takes it to large intestine. The whatever is left, whatever remains are there. The food that is not required, waste. From the large intestine, the waste material, the feces, are stored in rectum till they are removed out through the anus. Anus is the opening through which the waste material is removed out. Once again, we'll revise the organs. Mouth, food pipe, third is stomach. Food pipe takes the food to stomach. I'm sorry, I missed stomach here. Third is stomach. Fourth is small intestine. Fifth is large intestine. Sixth is rectum. And the seventh is anus. Once again we'll do mouth. From mouth goes to food pipe, which is also called esophagus. From food pipe, food goes to small intestine, then large intestine. From large intestine, the undigested waste goes to rectum and are removed through the anus. Again, there is a figure of digestive system. You can label them. Let's see if you remember. The first one is, yes, mouth. We eat the food from mouth. Second, the pipe is esophagus or food pipe. The third one is this bean-shaped structure, stomach. Yes. Fourth one, the small pink pipe-like structure within this cavity, that is small intestine. The dark pink structure outside, which is comparatively broader, is fifth one, large intestine. The last part of large intestine is rectum, which stores waste, and anus removes it. Now let us revise the role of each part. हर एक पार्ट क्या क्या करता है. Role of mouth. What does the mouth do? Our teeth break down the food. Our teeth cut the food. There is a liquid in the mouth which is called saliva. Saliva mixes with the food. And when saliva mixes, digestion starts. Now, from mouth, when we swallow, food comes to food pipe. It is a small pipe-like structure which connects to the stomach. Mouth में we chew the food and then we swallow it. It is swallowed through the food pipe, which is also called esophagus, and come to stomach. Stomach grinds the food. Grinding कर देता है. It makes a powder-like structure and mixes with the juices. Then food comes to small intestine, where the food is digested. Most of the digestion takes place in small intestine, and nutrients are absorbed in small intestine. Then it goes to large intestine. Whatever water is left in the small intestine is absorbed. If some nutrients remain, they are also absorbed. Only the waste is left. This waste goes to rectum. Rectum stores this waste, till it is removed. And anus is the opening through which the waste are removed. Waste are also called feces. Once again, in short, mouth breaks down the food. Food pipe transports the food. Stomach grinds and churns. Churns means चूरन जैसा बना देता है. Small intestine, digestion and absorption of nutrients. Large intestine form feces. Rectum store the feces. And in the end, anus is the opening through which these feces are expelled out. Expelled out means thrown out, sent out or given out of the body. So, this is how the digestion of food takes place in our body. And now, you revise it again and again. You should become very well acquainted with the role of each and every organ in our digestive system and what happens to food in the process of digestion. So children, today you will revise this and will continue in the next class. Thank you.